Hi there, I'm Marius, and today I have a quick update for you on the Power Pages Actions solution and more specifically the configuration. So we already talked about how you can specify some APIs to only be used by authenticated users and then maybe even tie it down further to specific web roles. And let me show you how this improved. So previously you had down here like two checkboxes for authenticated users and then more specifically for web roles, and then you had a grid with Power Pages components, and there you could select any component, and preferably you selected a web role to handle the authorization. So only the Power Pages component you selected, the user has to have that same web role. And of course this is error prone because you could select any component, you could select the authenticated users role or the anonymous users role, which would have both completely stopped the API from working. So yeah, there was just room for error, and this is now improved. So we see here there's an explanatory text. There's nothing configured right now on this param returner action. So it is available to all users, including anonymous users, on any site. So because right here I have 3 sites. And then if we select the authenticated one, we have unsafe changes because the first checkbox was set. And then we see action is available to authenticated users on any site. So, and if we double check right here in the site components, we don't see any site components. So this is really just the checkbox. If I select a different role, so for example this administrator's role, the text is now action is available to authenticated users that have the role administrators on site 1. So this is an and, right? You need to have the role and be authenticated, which is a given, otherwise you wouldn't have that role. We have again unsafe changes because we now set the second checkbox. And in the site components, we now find the administrator's role. Notice here that if I deselect authenticated users, this makes no difference here, because yeah, you still need to be authenticated to have the role administrators. So this makes it just easier. You just select the correct checkboxes. You can also select multiple checkboxes, of course. Then it's the case that you either have to have the administrator's role or the greeter user role. And so with that you can also make specific roles for specific actions, or what you could also do if you want to tie down the action to all users of a specific site, you could create something like a site 1 user role, and then you automatically assign this role to all users that have a login on site 1. So idea could be that, for example, it's in the invitation, or if it's a free registration, you just make a Power Automate flow that assigns this role to the users via an associate request. So that was my update for the Power Pages Actions configuration and how the authorization just got simpler. You will find a link to the repository down in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.